Hey everyone, hey.
Hey guys, hello. How's everything? Welcome to my channel. I am Celestial, Sleepy Celestial Podcast. This is first podcast as well as my first live. I definitely wanted to do this, for the new year, changing a lot of things. I also have a special guest here with me. I also have my sister. So,
Hi everyone.
if you guys will also want to follow her, she'll be leaving her information down below. So I leave it to you. You could introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Anna. So my name on Instagram is Anna Michelle, Anna262, Anna Michelle 262. But my link is in my bio, so I will leave. If you guys want to write it down, we'll just type it in the chat. But that's where you'll find my link to my bio for my channel. So my podcast will be Here We Go Again podcast. So it's kind of like funny. I've been wanting to start a podcast for like a while now. Due to like everything with the pandemic, I work in a hospital, so it's been very, very like difficult to get some time off to actually focus on that. And I also do all as well. I have a YouTube channel, so on there I talk about health. I talk about my journey and health
YouTube
journey,
channel. So um,
and I also, just like everyday life. But you could also see that on my Instagram as well. So that's another plus. But yeah.
So, guys, like I said, we have a set of things for our first episode. Like I told you guys, we're gonna just be after introducing what we do. Like for myself, if you guys haven't, you guys have probably heard me a lot on my channel before, but I don't think you guys ever had like that intimate look face to face with me.
And I know a lot of people are gonna be looking at this and being like, "Are you guys twins?" No, I'm older. He's the little brother, but we were born a year after each other. So I was born 93 and he was born 94. So technically a year after he was born, and he is the baby and he is spoiled, y'all. Spoiled. So that's like it's funny, but a lot of people always ask us, "Hey, are you guys twins?" We're like, "No, just a year after each other."
But yeah, guys, I definitely always say like on my channel, look what a year makes, I don't take things for granted like I always told you guys. I started this journey back, I would say 2014, but I really got into it like in 2020,
Hmm.
due to the whole pandemic, as you guys know, that's still going on. I was able to be articulate, but at the same time be a bit of creative. The moment I had like time on my hand, I was able to do things that I never did before. Especially for an example, this podcast, right? I was able to do a lot of things that I would never expect myself to do before. So the fact that I'm able to do it, that means a lot to me, and that means a lot to me as well, because you guys are not only watching my channel, you guys are commenting on things that you guys want, and I really appreciate that. One
Hmm.
of the posts, I don't know if I haven't introduced that, I always put Alison Felix up there because there's a quote that she says about practice like you never practiced before, and learn how to find a way to definitely dedicate yourself to your practice, so eventually when it's time to really perform, you would never imagine it as hard work. You will see it as another day of practice. So that really stuck with me throughout the years, because not only besides me being a track athlete, I have learned things that I could apply to my real day life,
Hmm.
and that I'm able to not only give back to people that I remember way back, I could give back to people that's even in different age groups, and we could have a conversation that, could be very rich, you know?
Yeah. So another thing, with my with just everything that's been going on like last year. I also want to let you guys know that please be safe out there. It's still a pandemic. Please protect yourself, protect your families. Just to be safe. So that's another thing that I personally, you'll see on my channel once you guys and you watch for yourself, that I talk about health and wellness a lot. So I deal with that personally, for myself, that, I'm trying to get back into shape. I'm trying to be more healthy because, why not? Like, just because of this whole pandemic and everything, health has played a big part. And that's one of the reasons why I started my own health business. And he's currently going to be on it soon. So that's another thing. Our family members, my mom and dad, our moms and dads, so they're on it as well. So that's another thing. But I want to touch base like with my podcast. Here we go again. I plan on just talking about everything, music, like favorite TV shows, like discussing favorite movies and like a deeper meaning of them. Just like different stuff, like different topics, like health and wellness, of course. My day to day life, like things I have experienced, and educational lessons, like as far as like being a college student, not being a college student anymore, stuff like that. Like I will definitely be talking about on my podcast. So be on the lookout for that. But if you guys will kindly just like I mentioned before, I'm gonna probably put that in the chat. Let me see if I could just do that now. So with my IG, it is Anna Michelle 262. And then once you see it, my name come up, then you could go and click in my bio, and automatically um you'll see basically like all my posts, everything, and then my link to my YouTube is in the bio. So yeah. But making this live for you guys, like I said, with the podcast, is just something individually and together we're both passionate about, because it'll just create a safe place for people to talk and like have a healthy conversation without all the disrespect and the hate. So that's one of the things that we plan on focusing on. So at times you'll see us together and we'll talk about a different topic. Like the next episode could be, for example, like what we went through as a college student, like what was our experience, and is college, was it worth it getting our degree? And just coming forward, and like you guys could like ask questions in the chat. I know there was like a person there, but like this live is also being saved, so if you didn't get to catch it, I know a lot of people are busy at around this time, so probably coming from work and stuff. So yeah. um yeah, most definitely.
And like I said, guys, since this is our first podcast, um, we're probably gonna do like an hour at least, or at least 40 minutes. So things that, like I said before, like I made on my Happy New Year video. If you guys haven't gone watched it out yet, you guys could go do that, if you want. So basically, the what I talked about in the video is basically things that's basically talking about, what I'm going to be covering. I already told you guys that I will be making a list of athletic things that I want to be talking about. Besides that, I started in the process of recording as well as reacting to the Super Bowls that I wanted to cover. We even have things that, as we get closer to my next goal, because I think my next goal for my YouTube channel is to definitely get to a position at least 500 subscribers and getting closer to like 1,000. I would greatly appreciate that as well. The more people, the better for me. I could, spread my joy as well as positivity to my channel. Also, if you guys want to follow my sister also on her channel, she also talk about this product called Premium, which is the
Period.
product Premium, right? So the product is basically, it's
I'm
also
gonna
for
correct you there.
everything.
So
Yeah, yeah, you could
it's
correct me because I don't
it's
know that much
basically,
about
I
it.
don't call it a product because it's basically superfoods that you guys will be able to, you know once you connect with me, I'll be able to share that more. But I'm also going to be sharing that on my first podcast. But you could see I did a 30-day transformation, and went in depth about like what the superfoods for are. And there's like 75 different superfood within the business. So like the different there's something for everyone. We even have superfoods for pets as well. Not cats, but like dogs. And it's just a variety of range. There's stuff for kids, grown-ups. There's for the elderly. So it's different stuff. Like I'm very passionate when it comes to helping other people because, you know, coming to this country and growing up in Newark and seeing that we have a food desert where you can't get the freshest of the freshest food around here. Like you would have to drive far away to the next farmers market or to the next host food and buy food. And let's be honest, a lot of people, it's expensive. So for them, and that's one of the problems that I think within our even our own family, right?
Yeah.
That we had that, it's not that we can't afford it, but we don't have the means at times and things are not, financially where we want it to be. So we bought what we could afford. But with these superfoods that I was able to not only be blessed to have and have a business with them, a partnership, but I'm able to help my family and as far as like myself as well, as far as like being on a healthier lifestyle and spectrum. So that's one of the benefits that I really love. Like I don't really try to pitch to people or like force them, but just to have that healthier swap in your life is just a life changing because personally I deal with like weight issues and bloating and all that stuff. So I think with this whole pandemic, as I mentioned before, a lot of people, the main focus is they want to boost their immune system. They want to be a bit more healthier, especially in the Black community. That's like one of the things that I noticed throughout the whole pandemic that, the Black community was like the main focus. Like, because we're not as healthy, because we have a lot of diabetes and hypertension. Um, that was the focus that, when a lot of people got the COVID and anything like that they got sick, it's like it automatically went to the sickness that you had already had in your body. So this is why I really, really push like for people to reset their gut health and what I'm actually doing for myself as well before I speak out to people and for my story to resonate with somebody that possibly could need help. So yeah.
And guys, thank you so much. Like I said before, so we're gonna I forgot we forgot to say what major that we're doing in college. Now my sister already got her associates as well as her bachelor's. You could elaborate on the major that you're doing.
So with me, I got my associates at Essex County College in general science. So I wanted to go for nursing, but I ended up not doing it. I went for a more broader range as far as career. I did therapeutic recreation. So basically, with therapeutic recreation, you are a recreation therapist creating leisure based activities for disability patients or anyone that is in your care in that facility that you will work. That's what I got my bachelor's in. And then I currently am studying to go take the certificate to actually work. But I do work already now at the hospital. But it's just that's where I want to go and actually practice. So, and then possibly go back for my master's. But that's like a 50-50 chance with me right now because like I said, the pandemic stopped a lot of things. That was like a hard year last year, like a very difficult year. Um, One of the things that I'll say that as someone who is doing multiple facet things, like trying to build up my YouTube channel. So that was one of the things I did not stay as consistent as I could because I was constantly needed at work. But that's something I also want to do. So apart from like I don't know if you guys are watching, whoever is subscribed to my channel, my like as a family, I would also recommend you guys to check out my brother's channel. So CP Celestial. So I will put a link the next time when I do my first podcast, I will put a link of his IG. His link is right in his bio as well, so that you guys can click on it and then just view all the amazing videos that he has done. And I hope you guys from his channel could check out my channel and see. I have more things coming, like as far as like my favorite music and all that stuff, like the different topics and stuff I have lined up. But like I said, it all takes like consistency and work. Imagine like you're starting out. If you wanted to start out YouTube channel or anything for that matter, just start it. Like just imagine like the people you look up to now that has like a million subscribers or a million like people on their views with the podcast. Everyone started at zero at one point. It's just you putting in the work and the consistency that will you will see your hard work pay off. And that's where I'm at now. I'm at 63 subscribers, and I could honestly say that was like a very great year for me. Like for some other people it might not be, but like I started at 4. I was stuck at 4 subscribers and it went up to 63. So I'm forever grateful for everyone that subscribed to my channel, because you're resonating with something I'm doing right within my videos. So um like I said, we're more of like calm. Like I don't do like wild stuff like pranks and stuff, but like I'm more like calm and just like talk. I'll share some stories here and there and stuff like that. Reactions. I've done like one reaction video, but um, it's just like just be yourself. That's one of if I have anything that I want to say to anybody that wants to start their YouTube or wants to start a podcast or whatever the case may be, just continue to be yourself throughout. Even if you get a million subscribers or not, don't change. Improve yourself, yes, but don't change for anybody. Continue to be you throughout all the changes and all the hard work that you're doing. And you will see it. Just stay consistent and do what you have to do. So that's one of my biggest advice to like anybody that's watching or will be watching this.
So, like I said, guys, since this is our first podcast,
Yeah, you
like
didn't
I
tell them
said,
like what's your
so my
major.
major, yeah, so besides talking for yours, so my major is architecture. I always reference that. There's a playlist on my channel that talks about a lot of architecture things. I even done a lot of documentary things, projects that I did in the past, like
Mhm.
in 2020. I dropped a project called Sci-Fi, which was a collection of 9 different projects that I did, and I combined it into a documentary. And then later on the year, I started doing something called Visual Melodies Black Swan. So it was a collection of 6 episodes of projects that each episode is a different project and it's a different aesthetics.
Mhm.
The last thing I did for 2020, I did something called The Seven Gods, which was a collection of paintings that I did that combined it made up the Seven Gods project. So I wanted to end the year with a very interesting aesthetic because it was mostly painting. Sometimes, like I told you guys many
We're
times,
very artistic. That's another thing. we
yeah, yeah,
so we both like to like draw, paint, and stuff
yeah,
like that. So that's another topic. I think I'm giving you guys too much, but like that's
yeah.
another
Then
topic.
we supposed to
Like
we supposed to not spoil them.
self care is a big thing like coming into 2022. Not that you should never have not taking care of yourself, but like just being putting yourself first, because I'm
Yeah,
very guilty of that I'll take care of everybody else, but like when it comes to me I just like don't have time or don't have enough energy. So that's one of the things I promised myself, like coming into the new year, that I will be putting myself first. I will be putting my business, grow my business, and all that. So I want to touch base on, like my brother was saying, that showing the different sides and facet of, everything. Like I said, we're not the richest people. Like we are building something so that when we are able to look back on it, like our kids or whoever, like family members, they're able to like watch us or whatnot and see that we're trying to do something positive so that other people who don't have a voice or
yeah,
who look on YouTube now, because let's be honest, like if you look on YouTube now, it's like I have my favorites as far as like YouTubers. I have my favorites, like people I look up to, but like it's mostly like drama and a bunch of like to be honest, negativity, it's not the same as like watching it back then and how it is now. That's one of the things I'm going to talk about. And it's just, just by last year, like how you like it, like people will fake a persona, like they'll act like, they are this big shot, or they have it all together, and they have all this money and whatnot, where nines out of ten behind closed doors, they're like a regular Joe, like a 9 to 5 type of person. Like they work and all that stuff, but they don't want the viewers or people that is looking at them to know that they do that, which is like, why would you not want your viewers or people who are actually getting you to where you are, like as far as like your goals are, like reaching a bunch of subscribers, like the real you. And this always goes back to continue to be yourself, because what if you actually meet one of your subscribers and they look up to you and you like, they're like, oh, this is not how you were, like this is not how, I perceived you to be. And it's like a big disappointment, because it's like they're seeing you like one way on camera, and then behind closed doors you're a totally, in real life actually, you're a totally different person. So yeah.
Fun fact, there is an actual YouTuber that I follow that spoke exactly what we just said.
Hmm.
Let me see if I could follow him right now to show you his name, because I did commented on something that he said earlier, that he was saying something very similar to what we just said. Like he said that a lot of people want to be the same level as those celebrities, but
Hmm.
or those celebrities are happy, or they, you may see them, what they sing on paper or what they sing in the music could be different from how they are in real life. Let's be honest. Like
Hmm.
you would love to admire them, but 9 out of 10 sometimes they're not who they portray to be. So you
Yeah.
can't just say that, oh, I admire this person, and then when you actually meet them, you might think they're an asshole because they feel as if, oh, I didn't expect that person to be like that.
And not
So,
not saying that, if you choose to like show or, share a piece of your life with your subscribers, you don't technically have to share every single thing, because it's like you have to have some type of boundaries when it comes to also social media, and also be mindful. You're going to have people that's not going to like your content. You're going to have people that is going to hate on your stuff. Like, just brush that off. Pay that no mind. Like for me, when I say I am very not nonchalant, but like I don't care when I see the hateful comments or whatnot, I just like delete you out, because it's like you have so much energy to put it in posts and like text with all that negativity, where it's like, oh, we have two people watching. Welcome guys, welcome. So you could put any comments in the chat as we're talking. So um like I said, it's crazy. Like you don't have to, do not strain yourself on haters. Do not strain yourself, because they don't know you. These people that are hating and all that stuff, they do not know you in real life. They they just have the energy, I guess, to just hate and leave nasty comments, and it's just whatever. At the end of the day, you're doing something that makes them itch. So you gotta keep going.
and like I was telling you, because I'm writing that right now as my sister is speaking. So I find a YouTuber's his name. His name is that boy, KP.
Hmm.
So if someone is interested, he has a lot of knowledgeable things on his channel. Like what he was saying before is exact, and I'm gonna give him a shout out. That boy, KP.
Hmm.
What he was saying is exactly how we were saying it. Like sometimes, like I said, people, the journey that I took to start this channel, it was all because of the time that I had, that I was able to do it.
Yep.
And look how long look what a year makes when it comes to changing,
And
right?
consistency too.
And
Yeah.
you don't have to be the type of person that you're rushing to get to that destination. You
Hmm.
may drop some few videos here and there. Like I told people many times, I would never expect myself, in at least in a million years, that I would be sitting behind a camera speaking to these wonderful people like this.
Yeah.
Because one thing about me I have learned is, yeah, I'm good at speaking to people, but I don't like being in a big crowd, because eventually I just want to leave, because I feel, I don't know, I just feel a bit scared for some reason. But that's just something I got to deal with. Like I may want to talk to people, but at the same time, when it's time for me to pack and go, once I send the message, I just want to go. You know, some people they just want to stay there, and then that's another thing. Some people they feel as if you may have all the subscribes and all that stuff, but at the same time,
As
the
soon as they
fact
get
that
up here,
yeah, like the
they don't care about they don't care about their subscribers. And I've seen that from many like big YouTubers. Like they'll get all the way up here like 46 2 point something million subscribers, and it's like they forget their humble beginnings. They forget where they started at. Like for me, like I said, I'm at 63 subscribers. When I say I'm like it feels like I hit like 1,000 or 100,000, because that's how grateful and humble I am. Like I'm happy because as I said before, I was at 4 subscribers, and my problem was I didn't put in that consistency, because mind you, I'm the one that's doing lighting, I'm the one that's editing, I'm the one that's doing the video, so I'm a one woman
same,
show.
same.
And I don't have an editor. I don't have someone to look over my video. I'm doing that out of my own time. And mind you, I'm in forefront of this pandemic, working in a hospital, constantly on call to come in work. So it's like very stressful. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm able to help family members that are in the hospital, family members that are there. And I'm not a nurse, but I am a dietitian aide. So I am constantly the person that has to go on the floors and make sure all these patients have their nutritional needs, their foods in the system, so that they can properly eat and recover as they're going. So, like I said, it's just like humble beginnings, and like really appreciating your subscriber because they made you and got you
And
where
that's
you are. No, let me just like finish this.
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
got
yeah.
you where you are, like your sponsorship, all that stuff. It's all based on your subscribe, but also like the time that you put in, the consistency that you put in, and as well as that drive that you have to like bring something fresh. Like I said, you might not find a lot of subscribers, or I said subscribe, a lot of like videos on my channel that's like pranks or like lifestyle or leisure, like luscious lifestyle. I'm not saying, look, if I had the means, like if I had the money, by all means I would be trying my best to like fix my community, to be honest, and helping out like people in the community with like stuff that they need, either what whether it has been, it could be like me donating to a fundraiser or a charity or something, because you walk around your neighborhood all I walk around my neighborhood all the time and see stuff that could be fixed and that's not being fixed, and also just like giving it to a better cause, because as I mentioned, we're from Newark, New Jersey. So a lot of stuff like around as far as like um I'm not gonna say like crime rate, but like certain areas is not the best. And just trying to do better as a human being, but also helping the less fortunate, the people who doesn't have everything. That's like one of the things that's true to my heart. Even when I was back in high school, I always volunteered for stuff like that. And then going into college, I did it. So it's always been something as far as like wellness, like I mentioned, and also that's very close to my heart, and I'm very passionate about that. Just not only just to help other people, but it starts with you, starts with yourself, and you have to lead by example.
And yeah, like I always said, like you said before,
Hmm.
some people don't need to stay and subscribe to your channel, but the fact that they do, please appreciate that. Like
Yeah.
I always reference that every time I hit a milestone. Like when I hit 100, I said that. When I hit like 250, I said that. And now I'm
Hmm.
at 300, I even said that even more. Like please understand this. Like the world is already chaotic as it is. My channel, I already tell people this from the bat that what I'm planning to do with this channel is not just a one hit wonder thing, because I want to solve real problems. I already told people this. That's something that's really what I'm striving for, because I
Hmm.
tell people this straight up, like The world, we already see that due to the whole pandemic, that education now and education that we were dealt with back then is way different. And people got to get to custom and understanding that you're, especially kids right now that are graduating from high school, that
Hmm.
are coming to college, they're stressed out. And I think that's a conversation that not only parents needs to have, but teachers and other faculties that
Street
works in
teachers
this.
are stressed out too. It's that's another thing. Like
Yeah,
you have
but the teachers are not even getting paid as well.
that's why they stressed out. You have teachers and also students who are stressed out. Like imagine like we know this because
Hmm.
you know my last year in college, but a lot of teachers had to get their own like stuff like their own items. They have to buy their own paper, their own stuff for their classroom, and that's not everywhere. We know we can't speak about every state or city where people live, but like basically like here in Newark, like one of the biggest like shout out I'm giving right now is to Dr. Akbar. I don't know his last name, but he is the former like the actual principal at our former high school, Westside High School, which is one of the high school that was known to
Hmm.
not be one of the best high school because it's like it was the dumping ground for all like kids basically who were bad, like kids who were in gangs, kids who are they kept getting suspended from school, all that. And I remember frequently, this is like in high school, guys, so I'm old. So I remember basically where because there was a other team. I think they were from like Milburn or so, and they were coming to play basketball. And they did not. The kids did not want to step in the high school because that's how bad of a reputation my high school had. Like our high school had. That's how a bad reputation they had. Like people did not want to come in there, and he's really changing. He's really changing that narrative in the face of the high school because he not only got great donations from Ellen DeGeneres, he was able to use that money to, well, he started with his own money at first.
And shout out to Ellen DeGeneres as
Yeah,
well, because
that's another
a
person.
lot of people comes and goes. I know Shaq went to the school and also gave
Yeah,
back.
Shaq, Queen Latifah.
And
They actually built, they bought a lot of property and built low income housing for,
mhm,
so Newark is upcoming and changing for a lot of people, a lot of residents, but um I'm gonna talk about some other stuff with that and the next time we you guys will see me on this slide. But one of the main happiness like I've noticed with him, he goes in a lot of interviews, but this principal started with his own money. He installed a laundry service in the high school for kids because apparently a student was coming in and, his clothes wasn't really clean and stuff. And a lot of students came in like that. So now they have a laundry service that not only the community, but the students could just come in, wash their clothes. And now they also are building gardens. Shout out to my college with Keen and Be the Change. They built a health garden where they could actually grow natural organic fruits and vegetables. So that keeps the kids like really um, mindful in education, to educate them about natural foods. Because let's be real, like a lot of our high school wasn't the richest high school. Like we had regular lunches and stuff like that. It wasn't as nutritional, but we had what we had. And now that they are able to get more nutritional food, they are able to get you know better stuff that that we imagined that this high school would have had after we graduated. And just going forward and letting you guys know that he's doing a lot of like I know I'm ranting on this a lot, but he's doing so much positive changes. It's not even like funny. It's really amazing to see because even now, from what I'm hearing, I saw it on his channel,
mhm,
he's able to he's actually teaching them financial literacy, like financial freedom,
mhm.
where they could build their credit while they're in high school. Where do you hear that at?
And that's an important thing too.
Yeah.
Like that's what I said, that this channel is not just gonna be about, yeah, I am gonna be talking about streaming, like anime, like what I normally do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing about my channel that I want people to understand is, what are you gonna get out of it? Because my channel is not just gonna be about just for, no, it's gonna be for everyone. Like, what are you gonna take from the video? What are you gonna take to make a change? Because, like I said, that's another problem. Like you said before,
Mm-hmm.
is that wherever you go on, like parts in New Jersey, where especially some black people where they live, is that there's more fast food than actual markets,
Yeah.
and
That's another big another topic podcast that we're gonna have,
that's
because
for another day. But
if we're able, like I said, if we're able to show you that, it's not even like every couple of miles, it's like every other block. Like on this block you'll have Popeyes, and then on the next block, like right next to each other, you have White Castle, and you have all these liquor stores, and you have, but it's like when you constantly see, like they talk about in the black community that we have hypertension, diabetes. I don't think anybody choose to have sickness. It's just that it's instilled from, like, probably when you were growing up. That's probably all the food that you were introduced to.
mhm,
Like, we're from Haiti. All we knew all our lives was organic food, like from the herbal tea my grandmother used to, make us drink, which is
yeah,
very bitter. And you have all the fruit and vegetables and everything was just organic because you could just pick it from the backyard. But when we came here and we were young, all we knew, like, we started getting introduced to fast food. We get introduced to stuff that we were not normally would be eating, like on a regular day, right? So that was instilled as you were young, and as we grew up. And then let's not forget, within the Haitian culture, like the food, you eat a lot of rice, and the rice here versus the rice that's in Haiti is totally different. The rice back home, you will not really gain weight from, because it's all natural and it's naturally grown. As far as rice here, everything is done rapidly, everything is grown rapidly. And it's like that takes a toll and effect on your body, and you don't even notice that, right? You don't even notice that until you start gaining the weight. Like for me right now, I was not this size, I was not this weight, but gradually I am working on myself. I am, shedding off the weight naturally, and as me using my superfoods within my business. So that has able to help me. But I could have had hypertension, I could have had diabetes if I continued on that path of, like, not eating as healthy as I should, and
mhm.
just stuffing my face every time. So that was one of the things that I told myself, like, look, coming into this new year, it's not the, oh, new year, new me. I started this journey since um the summertime. So, like, just like continue that off and leaping into the new year, just stepping over in the new year. Continue to take the superfoods, continue to eat. Nobody's telling you not to eat, but just making healthier swaps so that your body could have a break and properly digest, properly detox, so your liver, like your organs, are not working as hard to detox all the nasty, like, food. Because let's be honest, McDonald's is not dinner. Popeyes is not dinner, but for some people, that's their dinner. That's their breakfast,
Maybe that's the only the
and that's
options
the
that they
only
have,
option
option
that
that
they
they
have.
have.
And
So
this is why I said that when it comes to Newark, Newark is a food desert. We only have three supermarkets, and it's like 200 something thousand people living here, and plus more because you have more people moving in. But it's like, when you go
I mean,
certain parts, like if you go to downtown Newark, you'll see Whole Food, you see like all
mhm.
the organic healthy stuff, but like it's kind of like a division, where when you come on South Orange Avenue, it's more fast food, and that's where um my brother and my parents, they currently live. I moved out like earlier last year, but I usually like order my stuff like through Host Food and like have it delivered to my house, whereas they've been doing the same thing just to keep like a upkeep of more of a healthier food and stuff like that in their, household. But we can't, like I said, we can't say everything to everybody. Like, we make sure to prioritize that, as far as like saving the money for the groceries, but everything's expensive right now, from gas to food to everything. And that's the thing. Everyone doesn't have the means to do it. Everyone doesn't have a job. A lot of people lost their job. At one point I did, because of the, I'm not gonna say the word,
Just say
but the jab.
pandemic.
And I was able to get exempt from it, thank God. And I had to continue to go to work, and then now it's like I'm coming back, and everything has changed. Everything. And I continue to tell people that just because we're in 2022, it's wishing all the best, but we're still in a pandemic. We're still in battling a virus. So just be safe and continue to pray and protect yourself, because, and your families and your friends, everybody. Because at the end of the day, as we're mentioning, like, even on my channel, you're gonna see different stuff. Like, I'm bringing different content, and everything is an investment. You buy the lights, you buy the microphone, you buy the cameras. Everything is an investment. Especially when you're starting out and you're a one man show or one woman show, everything's going to be solely on you. Your consistency, the time that you're going to be putting in for each of your videos, your editing skills, everything. So I always tell people, like, if you don't know something, YouTube has a range and various range of videos to help you out, like how to start your video, how to start your package, the equipment that you will need. So you'll constantly could just like research it on YouTube, and then something will come up. I could show you a step by step. So that's one of the things that is very grateful. Like, everything I needed to know, I will constantly go to YouTube and like search it. So please don't keep yourself locked up and say, should I start a clothing brand? Should I start a website? Just do it. That's the
So let
thing.
me just
Yeah.
interject for a minute, like
Mm-hmm.
you said before, like that. I already told people this many times, and I can't stress this enough, but I tell people this: if the pandemic hasn't taught you one thing, it taught you that not only to be a warrior, but then go get what you want in life.
Yep.
Don't just sit, like I post something before the year started. Don't just wait till something happen, and don't just wait just because you see the next person. You don't know how hard this person worked to get to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why I tell people that's why I'm not
Don't
consider
compare. Don't
not
compare
even that.
yourself
Don't
or your
This
success.
is why I say I don't consider myself a jealous type, because I am more happy to see that person moving, because eventually that should put a fire underneath my ass to do something. Because the
Mm-hmm.
moment you start procrastinating and hating,
You'll never get your
you're
blessing.
gonna return to the same place that you started before.
You'll never get your blessing. I'm just saying this.
Because
You'll never get yours. If you're
another
gonna
thing
hate,
is like
mm-mm.
somebody was telling me that at the college, because I am at an advisor at the college. So they were telling me, from what they were seeing, a lot of kids do not want to go to college, and that goes for the parents. If you see your kid is not fully interested in college, sit down with him or her and see what they're interested in, because they might have a brilliant idea, but it doesn't really involve around too much of school. Because sometimes they may, how they have the notion that they say college is not for everybody.
It is not.
Sometimes that notion tend to be true. Sometimes, like a lot of billionaires, they didn't do college, they went back.
Some of them dropped out,
Yeah,
and
some of
this
them
is from
came back
Ivy
and
Leagues
did
and stuff
that,
like
and
that.
then
Yeah,
later on they got their degree and everything.
or they didn't go back.
Yeah, because
So it,
once you know the profession you want and you're making money off that, I don't
I
I
think,
don't really think you need to do something if you're already comfortable with what you're doing.
I
That's good.
think, I think it is once you get once you have the map out for your, for your life, and not just your life, but like what you're gonna be doing, and you're
Hmm.
consistent with it, then you can't not stop making millions. That's how I've seen a lot
Because
of, I've listened or like seen a lot of
because
billionaires, millionaires
after
do.
the pandemic, I feel as if making your own business or creating your own content, this is the future of education now.
Yeah,
Because you know why?
technology,
Throughout the years that we were in school and how we were going, how back in the day you used to give us
books,
ACTs, books. Now books are irrelevant.
digital.
Everything is digital.
Hmm.
We're going more and more into the digital world and future. So it means that if you have like a idea or something that can make things easier for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
go for it. Like I said, it took me time to come to a realization. I'm like, how do these people do YouTube all the time and they feel so comfortable to do it?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, let me try something out. My very first video, I'm not kidding you, I was terrified. I'm like, are these people gonna like this or are they gonna hate it? Like, how do that goes? And then eventually, what my first comment was like, "Oh, this is nice. Keep up the good work.
Yep.
This is something." And then when I start looking at the comments now, I have more pros than cons. A lot of people like my channel. Some of them recommend the channel. They were like, the good thing about your channel, they told me, is that you have things for everybody. Somebody that want to cook, I put things for cooking because I my sister cook,
Yeah.
I cook, everybody in the family cooks, right? And then around me, track and field is my number one priority. I have to cover
Mm-hmm.
because right now, like I told you guys, I have a list. I have a list of everything I'm gonna be talking about and releasing this year. Like I said, I forgot what's her name. Hopefully, if I'm not getting it wrong, she used to do YouTube, and she was giving a live, like I was telling you back on Instagram, and how she was explaining that besides her blowing up from YouTube, whatever that money that you have, don't just abuse that money.
Mm-hmm.
Invest into other things. Like if you want to create like clothing brand that has your name or create a logo,
Mm-hmm.
that's more money coming in your pocket. Be a entrepreneur. Like don't stick into one thing because you have it. Go down and just create more and more things.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, sooner or later you're gonna realize that they should start teaching this in all colleges or high schools. Like business should be the number one thing.
I'm gonna tap in. Like
Yeah.
one of the things I'm gonna say, like, for example, you guys see the what's it the name the kid BK, like the one that would show you like how stupidity some stuff are, and he'd be like, right? He didn't say a word and he blew up. Like you just have to love doing what you're doing.
Mhm.
If you're good at doing pastries, hey, get you a little camera. If you can't afford a big brand or big pricey camera, shot what you do step by step. And if you have someone in your family that's really good at editing, or you could pay somebody, or you could learn it yourself, edit the video and show people what your skills are. You never know, you might get bookings for a birthday party, you might get bookings for a wedding, anything. If you're good at editing videos, you could start a business in that, show people how to edit. If you're good at photography, if you are a artist, like you know how to paint and all that stuff, share your paintings, share all your stuff, because you never know. And one of the things I think we saw too, and I think a lot of people know now on
Yeah.
YouTube, is NFTs, like digital art. That wasn't a thing, and it
Like my
blew up.
brother is big on
Yeah,
that
our
right now
older
too.
brother
Like he's really
is an artist.
introducing me to things like that. And like I said, whatever you interested in to do, I
Just go
think
for it.
that God is not a God that's allowing you to like not
Oh,
do that.
sorry. And like where he is now is I am Zoe. Like I remember watching one of his lives recently, like probably like a couple of days ago.
Hmm.
He was just like going in detail about how from any app that he put himself in, he just put in the work and the consistency. He just blew up, like from Vines to YouTube to actually wilding out. Like he blew up, and I always watch his contents, and like the way he explains, like please, it's only you. Like do the best that you can. Like nobody is telling you to like go do something that you don't want to get the coins and the money. The bag will find you. Okay? The bag will find you. You just gotta continue to be yourself, put in the content, put in the work, and the bag will follow you, and it's gonna fall in your lap anyhow. And it might not come that, but that's the thing with like I think it's just human nature and people, that at times when I'm gonna give you guys for example, like when I go to the gym just for one day, I'm over here already checking myself, like if I lost 50 pounds. No, we know damn well it's not gonna take that one time me working out, then I lose all my weight. No, it's gonna take me going 3 times, 4 times a week and monthly, like a whole year, or if I have to, if I'm trying to reach a certain goal by a certain date. You just have to keep working. Like
It's all about taking
um
action.
what's that quote, like nobody, like someone who watches the time, it's not gonna go nowhere. You just gotta keep working. You
Because
gotta keep working
you're definitely right. Because
and
I
enjoy what you do.
just have not even enjoy. You have the same day and time as me. What are you doing different that's different from me? That's the simple question. It's
All your favorite celebrities, all your favorite
like
singers, athletes, they have 24/7 just like you do.
Zachary Campbell,
What are you doing?
which is another big YouTuber, and he has all these business things, right? When he got promoted with I think he was making a video, and I think Beyonce got a glimpse of that and put him in one of the tours, right? Eventually he just blew up from there because Beyonce's a big name and all that stuff. And then eventually, he didn't just stick there because he now partner with her. He literally started creating other merchandises and stuff like that. That's why I say, like, it's like if your parent or someone gives you a certain amount of money, how do you invest? This is how rich people think. How do you gonna invest this back into yourself?
Exactly.
And then I would say, do you imagine the pyramid effect, where if I'm at the very top, how I'm gonna help to take care of everybody below? Because the pyramid is a foundation, right? So whatever if I take a part of that pyramid out, everything is gonna collapse because everything has to be even. You can't fit the bottom pyramid at the middle part of the pyramid. It's not gonna work. Everything has to align perfectly because then again, that thing's not gonna become even. So it's the same process. Like, try your best to keep your options even, but at the same time know how to not be comfortable, because being too comfortable is not gonna get you anywhere.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to step out your comfort zone in order for you to do something, because you can't be like, and that's another thing I tell people I don't like. Don't procrastinate. Don't be like, what if I couldn't do this? No.
Mm-hmm.
Life one, because I told people, once you underground, don't say what
Time is
if.
gonna continue.
Yeah,
That's what.
don't say what if I couldn't done this, because it's gonna be like you had all the time over the years to do something. If you feel today is the day for you to step out to see the sun, step out to see. If you feel this is the day to do something, do it. Don't s- like they said, this year is not promised to you, but do your best to damn best to do your job. Your job is to live on for those people that didn't see this year. You have to work hard, but be happy what you're doing. That's what I tell people. Be happy, bring the energy that's gonna keep you going.
Um, I want to also shine a light on this because I work basically a 9 to 5. And one of the things I saw last year was that everybody was trying to get rich so fast. It's not even funny. Um, Nothing with having, well, like being wealthy and having that tool, because that's what money is. It's a tool. It's not, when you leave out of here, when you die, you're not gonna leave with all the money that's in your bank account. It's gonna be passed on to wherever you leave it in your will or all that. So, um, and a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot of people, but majority of the stuff that I would see is that people were getting knocked down because they work a 9 to 5. Do not be ashamed. Although that I'm, going to be starting a podcast and I'm still working my business, still working and doing YouTube as well. I don't knock my job because I'm using the tool that I get from there, which is my pay to like pay my rent, to have food in my fridge. And I'm able to be blessed with that. Some people can't work, some people don't have a place to stay. I'm able to be blessed and have those things. I have my own place, I have a place to sleep, I have a bed, it's warm, and I'm grateful for that. And, we might be looking back at this live 10 to 5 years or 2 years from now and be like, wow, look where we at now and all the goals we've reached. And still the same person. Like I said, you might not be grateful. You're trying to you see your favorite celebrity or someone that you've watched grow on YouTube get the house, the car, and all the stuff that they wish for, and you're over here looking like, wait, when am I gonna get that? Like if you started, I personally did that. I looked at it and was like, when am I gonna get my blow up? But then I had to like really stop myself and like put the brakes on and be like, my time will come. my season will come. All I have to continue doing is be consistent and just stay in my truth, just speak my truth. I don't have to change, I don't have to act a certain way. I don't have to,
You
just
just
come on
gotta
camera.
evolve with the
You
times.
hear guys hear my voice, like look presentable, and that's it. Just like be present and like share what I want to share. If I'm being honest, like YouTube, like my brother said earlier, like coming in front of the camera and actually like not being self-conscious and think, oh, what is people gonna think about how I look or whatever. You're able to just, I was able just to be comfortable because that was like a safe, that's the number one reason why I created my YouTube channel. It's a safe space to like share what I've gone through or like what I'm experiencing, and hopefully that resonates with somebody that doesn't have that much confidence, doesn't have that much happiness, and like they're looking to it and that makes them feel good. So that's the energy that I've put in. And I also want to like talk about like another thing, like with me having a lot of confidence and um self-esteem build up, like me having more self-esteem, is that I'm able to I was very self-image conscious about myself, especially, me being a more thicker girl. And that's one of the things that, that I share on my channel. And YouTube has helped me do that. I would not in a million years be sitting here looking at a camera and be like, I do this, I do that. I would not be doing that. But it has, YouTube and like my audiences has given me the confidence to do that in a more positive aspect. Like I said, with social media and all that, like you don't have to share everything. You share what you're comfortable sharing with your audience and sharing the advice that you're very 100% concrete and like. So yeah, it's just a matter of like being your authentic self and sharing with people. So you never know who you're touching. Like as far as like sharing a story or whatnot, you never know who's listening or who's watching you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like our first, like I said, this first episode is not only to just talk about things that we do separately, but to also uplift you guys. Like, this is a new year, and that goes for anyone around the world that's watching this. Like, we just want to say that not only we appreciate the platform now we're getting to speak out, to talk to people, to tell them like, hey, you may look different or strange, we still appreciate and love you, because at the end of the day, if God didn't love anybody, he could have just plunged the world and say fuck it, you know? So the fact that we're in this moment now, we're in what, 2022, and yes, there's a lot of problem going around the world, but at the same time, I can never say that there are some good people that is around the world that's helping someone out right now. You know, that's why I always tell people, like, someone could be taking their last breath right now. So what are you gonna do different this year that you didn't do last year?
yeah,
What's going to change?
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, the only person you have right now is you, and there's only one person that's gonna fit in that coffin. So
yeah.
that's my
Real
that's my
shit.
that's my shit right now. Like, if you're not planning to do something different, I don't want you around me. Because what I'm planning right here, this is generational things that I'm working on right now.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, if we don't set this capstone that us as black people especially, we are multi-talented person or people.
yeah,
And that's another thing I want to get into probably our future episodes, that you know how some kids or parents, the moment they see their, especially black male athletes, and I'm talking specifically to you guys, don't your mom or dad ever say, oh, my son gonna learn football or he gonna do basketball? What if the kid, that's not what he wants? What if
mm-hmm.
he wants to be a doctor, or he wants to be something
Is more creative
that's
and
something
yeah,
created? So you're gonna abolish that because the moment, some people are gonna think, okay, he do athletics, but what is your alternative plan?
with what you're saying, I want to touch base on the King Richards with Serena Williams and Venus Williams' father. That's another movie. That's a movie I plan on talking about a reaction within, like, I'm not gonna do any spoilers here, but like just going into depth about when I watched the movie, what's the number one, like a few things that I learned and saw, and that, I feel like every parent that, tries to plan out for their kid's life should learn from that movie. And it's just like it going into, more depth about it and seeing that. Oh, someone just commented chat. I don't know. Where are
Uh,
you from? I don't know
where are
where.
you from?
I don't know what language that is.
I'm not sure.
Uh well, we don't know, but hi, how are you?
Hi.
Puham, I think that is. So, how are you? Thank you for joining the
Thank you
live
for
chat.
joining.
But I don't know if you guys could see like a recap, but you'll be able to watch it. I think we're like an hour in.
Yeah, we're
Uh
an hour in.
but it's cool, but like
Should be finishing like what,
in a
11?
couple, yeah, in a couple no, in a couple of minutes we'll be
Yeah.
wrapping it up. But like I said, we'll be I'll review that movie because I've seen it, and it was a great movie. So um I cannot wait to just go into depth about what I'm able to, just share and all that stuff. So that's like one of the passions about me having coming on here and talking to you guys. So yeah. Do you want to add
Oh,
anything?
so he said the Dengo is and Dengo, it basically means a non-profit organization that operates
Vum Ningo. What is?
political issues. I think that's what he said right
What is
here.
Vum Ningo? See what that is.
It's a
Not Ningo, but let me see.
that's what it stands for. Go scroll up. That's what I just typed. He put a period in the middle.
Watch out. Comments bots. Oh, and I don't know.
No, no, no.
All right.
But
Okay. Well, just to, since this is your, your channel, but you want to
yeah,
wrap
yeah,
it
yeah.
up.
Like I said, you guys, we're gonna be coming up with more ideas. Like I said, you might see more things that I'm releasing soon aside the podcast, but the podcast will run along with everything else because we will be recording world championships. If you want to join that I'm gonna be doing. We know that I'm not sure if Allison Felix is gonna be coming back to the world championships. We don't know, but she did say that 2021, which was for the Tokyo Games, was her last Olympics. So I'm not sure when she's gonna come back. If she's coming back for World Championship, because I remember Usain Bolt did the same thing at London's 2017,
Mhm.
where he did his last run around, did his World Championship in 2017 in London,
Yeah.
and then just retired from then. So she might be doing the same thing. Um, Another thing I want to predict before we leave, I believe the world record might be broken for Flojo's record this year because
That's 50-50.
Shelly Ann,
I don't think
the
so.
two closest people right now coming for it is Shelly Ann and Elaine Thompson. Now I'm not sure about Shakara Richardson, but if she could get up there, that'll be a great competition between them three ladies. All right. Um, Another thing that I want to talk about, like I said, you guys might be seeing the Super Bowl things that I said before.
The reactions.
For our next episode, we might be continuing about the community crisis thing that what can we do as an individual group of people? What can we do to do something even better?
Just more focus on like what it's been for us growing up in Newark. Like as I mentioned before, I don't really live with my parents anymore, but I usually just visit back and forth. But what's it's been like growing in this community and what we've seen, and like there is changes, but like it's just that we see changes in certain areas. So yeah.
Um like I said, guys, thank you so much for chatting with us. If you missed the podcast, you guys could go watch it. It's gonna be on one of my playlists, which is the podcast series.
Yeah.
So we
Also live. It's like a
yeah,
podcast
we're gonna
source
be
live. Yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna be doing live from, I don't know how we're gonna schedule it, because I should be giving you guys like a schedule on my channel of how things are gonna go. Because like I said, guys, we have well, especially me, I have a lot of content that I'm gonna be
Yeah, you
releasing.
could put your IG. So
um
I'm gonna be saving this live, also playing it on my channel. So as you guys see in the chat, you
no,
will
I'll put the
see.
I'll put the IG
Yeah,
after.
so we'll put our IG, tag our IG, so both of our IGs, like you could follow each of us, if
Yeah,
you
we could
follow
put
him.
that in the next
Yeah,
episode. Next episode, we could do that.
yeah.
But like this episode was mostly about introduction of what we
Mm-hmm.
do. Me and my sister basically displayed the comments. I mean, the ideas that we have, and the issues that is currently going on.
Yeah,
Besides food source and
yeah.
jobs and
The
everything,
pandemic,
like all
everything.
these things that's been going on, we need to find an alternative, especially the educational system. Things needs to change,
Yeah,
because that's another thing I want to talk about. Probably the next few episodes I might bring dad over,
yeah, our
because he
dad.
said he wanted to talk about, especially we want to make a special, probably 4 or 5 episode, probably 3 or 4 or 5 episode about
Oh,
Haiti things.
and the language will change. So we, like I
So
said,
if we
we are from
switch language,
Haiti.
we might translate some things.
Yeah, we'll try to see if we could translate, but it'll probably be more in Creole. Just like asking our dad questions of how Haiti was like from his time and how it is now. So I think we used to, I know we said we want to wrap it up, but like we used to visit Haiti back to back, like every summer. We would go back and visit.
Hmm.
But then it's like after 2013, we stopped visiting
Yeah,
due to
a
like
lot has
everything.
happened. A lot has happened, but
Yeah,
it's about time that we speak about this.
yeah, the
But I
issue.
also like, just like in certain places around the world, they might say, there's one thing bad, but there are beautiful things in the US. There are beautiful things around certain places.
I
It's
always
just
say
that
that, and
people tend to never sit, because like I always said, media plays a big perception of how you see things.
yeah.
So you have to learn a way that, okay, let me see this for myself to see if it's true.
Like a lot of people would say, with all the kidnappings and the political riots and everything that's going on in Haiti, like you'll also see like beautiful, quiet places in Haiti. Like the same thing here in the US. You see places that are very beautiful, comfortable, people live in, but then there's other spots where I'm gonna take like Newark, for example, that you see there's a lot of homelessness. You go to downtown Newark under the bridge, there's a lot of homeless people sleeping there and whatnot, and it's like you'll think that in a big country like this that has a lot of resources, all these people are homeless and they're not being cared for or looked after. And there's also a lot of things that plays in that, like drugs and addiction and just them not being mentally there and all that, but they still are human beings and should be taken care of and looked after. But that's like one of the stuff, like every country in this world, in this planet we call Earth, has a good and bad part of it. And because the media portrays one part, it makes you fear for yourself that, oh, I can't go back to my country. I can't. I have family members now who lives, they sold everything or they have business that's running here, and they've moved to Haiti just to live a better life, because over there, if you have land, you could build your house, you could build basically your dream house. All you need is money and food. That's all you need, to be honest. Like you could build a condominium, you could build like a hotel and finance it and like rent it out to like tourists and stuff. Like you could do different stuff like businesses. And I'm gonna put like one of the guys that I usually watch who shows that is C Gentil. He is a person that usually is in Haiti. He lives here too, but I think he travels a lot just for like content purposes, to show you like the different parts of Haiti, what Haiti has to offer, the businesses, everything. So I love seeing his that on his channel, because he's able. It's other people too that has done that. Like it's another guy, but I forgot his name. But
Oh,
once
you
I
talking about the guy that we were watching on YouTube that showed
Yeah, I
how
forgot his name,
Haiti,
but I'm gonna tag him the next time I do a video on that.
yeah.
That they're able to show and
Yeah,
the beautiful parts of
I
it.
remember I was planning on doing something like a documentary similar,
Hmm.
but like since dad said he hasn't planned when he's going back there
Yeah, but
to
like I said,
record
guys,
certain space
yeah,
and
but
stuff.
as I mentioned, it's a lot of like political just a lot of lies and a lot of people just trying to be in charge, corruption, pretty sure that that's the main and the big things. And the country has money, like there's a lot of money that the United Nation gives out to Haiti, but it's like it's not going to the people. It's not going just like some places here. Like a lot of money goes into North, but it's not going into certain places to fix certain stuff.
True.
So it also that's like another thing. Political figureheads sometimes it's like they'll get money or donations. It's like where is it? Like where did it go? Like if it's for a community, a specific community, why all this stuff is not being fixed for that community? So yeah, yeah. So
But like I said, guys, thank you so much
yeah,
for
I really enjoyed this
um
talk.
thank you so much for introducing
Just coming in and
you
like
know, thank you for
seeing
the
me.
introduction that
Yeah,
you guys were able to see. Even if we had one person so far, two people liked it. So thank you so much still. There will be more videos to the podcast to come. So if I'm not sometime if I'm not going reactions, sometime my sister might doing
yeah.
hers.
I'll have my own. I
You
have my
guys
own.
could also follow her on IG because her
Mhm.
link is also in the I think for your channel. So if anybody's interested in going to her channel, you guys could follow her IG, and then from then on,
Yeah, the link will be in the bio, so you guys could
yeah.
go straight to my YouTube channel from the link,
Hmm.
and you'll be able to see all the contents that I've put out so far. And yeah, just watch them. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment on what you would like to see on my channel, so I don't mind that. And for those who are watching from my channel, I would really, really love for you guys to follow my brother, Sleepy Celestial, Cosmic. I'll have his link. I'll post it so that you guys could see like the picture of what his channel looks like, so you can actually go to his channel and look at his content. He has amazing content on there, from athletic reaction to favorite TV shows like American Horror Story. That's one of our favorite TV shows,
Hmm.
and just other stuff that you'll see on there. Great content. So thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
And thank you guys. Like I said, if you guys haven't followed my sister, you guys could go do that. The link will be down below. And thank you so much for chatting with us.
Yeah, this was a good chat.
This was good. I mean, we got a lot of things off our chests
Yeah,
that we
more
needed
to come.
to, but there's more things to done because I feel we have a lot. Like I always say, a person will not, like, you know how they'll say, until you don't open your mouth you cannot be fed, some things like that. It's the same thing. It's like
Yeah.
until you don't open your mouth to talk about topics like this, things will not be solved. Like we need
Yeah,
to
you'll
come to a
continue to wonder
conclusion
like who thinks
or a
like yourself.
solution. But
Yeah.
like I said, guys, thank you so much. This is my very first podcast, and it's my very first time I'm going live. So
Very first time together, because I
no, because
haven't.
this is my very first time going live
Yeah,
ever.
me too. I have not gone
So
live on my
this
channel, so
never
yeah.
happened. This is rare for me.
This is very
Um,
rare.
like I said, this is simply celestial cosmic, and I'm signing out. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll probably see when I'm gonna pick the next episode. I'll probably upload when the timeline schedule is gonna be like.
Yeah.
But after the whole you know, the whole podcast, I do have a couple of other videos I'm gonna be releasing soon. But until then, guys, thank you so much. And
See
I'll see
y'all.
you guys soon. Like I said, happy new year. We have a lot of more things to go.
365. So we
So
got a whole year.
let's get this thing rolling.
All
So
right.
thank you guys. I'm signing out.
Bye.
Bye bye.